emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.
Howdy, Brainiacs. It's time for Last Call, your one-stop preview for next month's best comics and your last chance to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. There it is. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, June 17th, and a heads up to pre-order by this Sunday, May 31st. The final order report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to pay securely, and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight items from this week's Last Call for confirmed orders menu. Let me take a few moments to show you around really quickly. Once you sign in, you see the orange banner. That behind that is anything that you may have ordered and has been received at the store waiting for you to pay for and pick up or have a ship out. Behind the green banner is all the menus we'll be looking at today. Let's click through there. At the top, you see you can search all items. That's everything in the most active catalogs for pre-order. Then you got preview pages. Search arriving soon is everything on this week's incoming invoice for sale on June 3rd. And then we have the Last Call menu. Below that, we have searching events, manga, and collected editions. Let's scroll back up to Last Call and click through there. You see you got a thumbnail view of all of the great books on FOC this week. You could scroll top to bottom, and you've got full access to information and options to subscribe or special order to specific covers. All right, now that I've shown you around, let me move right on into Last Call for Small Press Comics. And the first thing on this week's Last Call for Small Press Comics is Fear of Death, a Rachel Rising story. This is a one-shot from Terry Moore and Abstract Studios. 10-year-old Zoe witnesses a brutal murder that sets her on a dark path. When the Angel of Death arrives to collect the spirits, Lilith attempts to strike a deal, but doesn't get the outcome she hoped for. That's right, folks. Terry Moore is back in the Rachel Rising universe for more fun. This is expected on July 15th. You can make sure you get your order in. Make sure you get your copy. Next up from Bad Idea is the one-shot called Dingoliath from the twisted minds of rising superstar artist and creative visionary Mannix Abrera, New York Times best-selling writer Rob Venditti, and acclaimed indie horror director Brockton McKinney comes the first terrifying tale in a groundbreaking all-new horror universe. We've got a couple different covers from Mannix Abrera. This is scheduled to drop on July 1st. You got this glow-in-the-dark variant as well. This is a $9.99 cover price. Regular covers, $5.99, 32 pages, Bad Idea. Also from Bad Idea and writer Robert Venditti, joined with collaborator David Lapham on a new Hank Howard pizza detective one-shot, this called The Inside Job. And from Comic Shop News comes a collection of Team America Racing Full Throttle. This is a 48-page one-shot that collects the strip that was originally published in Comic Shop News, starting with the landmark 2000s issue. We got an A cover from Howard Chaykin. Very nice. And a B cover from Javier Saltares. This is due to ship on July 1st. Yep. A new series debuting from Mad Cave Studios on FOC this week is Bloodwire. Ace and Zora were built for men's pleasure. Now they're building a life of their own, one bullet at a time. When sex bot Ace mounts a dangerous rescue mission, she isn't starting a revolution. She's trying to save the woman she loves. But Ace and Zora are valuable property, and a corporate kill squad is hot on their tail. Bullets fly, metal screams, rivers run red with blood and coolant. From critically acclaimed writer Paul Aylor and artist Ermitas Blanco, Bloodwire is a tender love story surrounded by a hail of bullets. Love is love, but liberation is violent. With an A cover from Victor Ibanez, dropping on June 24th. You could special order the B cover from Mirka Andolfo. Very nice. And Rachel Stott. It's Bloodwire number 1 of 5. And from Devil's Due Studios, we got Devil's Due presents Love Bunny and Mr. Hell number 1. This is a one-shot with covers from Tim Seeley, Ignacio... Nope, I guess both covers are from Tim Seeley, with interior art by Ignacio... Ignacio No did the B cover. Wow, I'm all turned around. Yeah, July 15th. Here's a cool one. By the way, there's a lot of number 1s on FOC this week, so I had to drop off a couple of the small press books just to make sure we had room to fit everything in here. And this is one of them. It's the new series called Kaijus and Cowboys. This is a 12-issue miniseries from Matthew Blair and Frankie B. Washington. On an alien planet, an army of robots to make the surface safe for humanity who lies sleeping in orbit. Unfortunately, the planet is infested with swarms of kaiju-sized monsters. Enter the Hunter, a robot cowboy tasked with making the world safe for humanity by killing as many monsters as he can. Kaijus and Cowboys number 1 is set to drop on July 15th. With an A cover from interior artist Frankie B. Washington. A B cover from Furs Pain. And Gaz Gretzky Gazbot on the C cover. I think we might get some colors on that one. Looks kind of Neil Adamsy. Cool. Kaijus and Cowboys number 1 of 12. Also in the small press is NSF West, number 1, 28 pages of hilarious action from Jojo Kalan, Jomar Bulda, who did this A cover. Midnight Factory through Massive Publishing has this new 4-issue miniseries called Prophets of Doom. When their fire and brimstone sermons fail to attract the crowds or cash they once did, 3 evangelical preachers hatch a desperate plan to rebuild their flocks and line their pockets with the help of a forbidden text. Their plan? Summon 5 ancient evils to invade heaven on a suicide mission, triggering a mini-apocalypse and putting butts back in their pews. From writer Joseph Schmalke and artist Amanda Call, who did this A cover, set to drop on July 15th. We got a B cover from Joseph Schmalke. Prophets of Doom #1. Squid Girl magazine from Mike Hoffman. Classic cheesecake with an aquatic seascape theme. Wild undersea adventure. July 8th. This is a new publisher called Iron Age Horror Productions. Watson v. Holmes #1 of 12 with an A cover from Tristan Elwell. Very nice. And a B cover from Rob Gramlich. Watson v. Holmes, July 15th. And wrapping up the small press is Dead Acre #1 from Vault Comics. Writer Cullen Bunn, Retzi Bruno, and Jaime Castle, with interiors by Riley Brown. Dead Acre #1. All right, moving on up to the mid-sized press, we have Dark Horse Comics with their brand new series from the minds of Nathan Fillion and Heath Corson. Illustrated by Sue Lee, comes a new modern noir series full of mystery and murder and the chaos of small town caught up in a massive government screw-up. Welcome to Baraboo. Welcome to Baraboo, a small Midwestern town nestled in the mountains of Wisconsin. Clowns. Home of the Ringling Brothers circus headquarters and friendly neighbors that all know and trust each other. Until it's revealed that the town has been the dumping ground for every murderer, con man, and crook in the Witness Protection Program for the past 40 years. Witness Point, as Baraboo was nicknamed by the previous marshal, has now become a hotbed of conspiracy as every resident of this formerly sleepy town eyes their neighbor with new suspicion, wondering who among them could secretly be the worst kind of criminal. From Nathan Fillion, Heath Corson, and artist Sue Lee, who did this A cover. It's Witness Point #1, available on July 8th, with a B cover by Sean Martinbrough. Check it out. From Dynamite Entertainment, drops a new Aladdin series on June 24th. There it is. Welcome to Agrabah. Your wish is our command in this all-new series starring everyone's favorite diamond in the rough, Aladdin. Life is good these days for the former street rat. He's with his love, Jasmine, he's got his buddies, Abu and Carpet, and Genie is free to do whatever it is that Genie wants to do. But trouble always seems to pop up around Al, and he'll need the help of everybody he loves to save himself and the entire city of Agrabah. The debut issue features covers by Nicoletta Baldari, Natasha Bustos, and J. Scott Campbell. Written by James Lee with interior art by Agnes Eterno. June 24th, it's Aladdin #1. We also get a debut of a brand new Red Sonja one-shot called Noir, the Plunder, and the Princess. The crimson-maned warrior of song and legend muscles her way into trouble once more in this all-new tale of hard-boiled Hyboria from David Avalone, Edson Nova's interiors, a Lyrics Lee cover on A, Robert Hack on a B. Yeah, drops on July 1st. Also from Dynamite, get a one-shot Vampirella Summer Special 2026. You knew it had to happen. Written by Erica Schultz with covers by Adriana Mello. A B cover also from Adriana Mello. No. That A cover was from Shannon Mayer. The B cover from Adriana Mello. Drops on July 1st. Ooh, IDW Dark has a brand new series from writer Kenny Porter and artist Tyrell Cannon. The recently resurrected Dracula, one of the world's greatest monsters and most infamous vampires, is hell-bent on redemption. The mission he takes to make this redemption possible? Teaming up with British Allied forces during World War II. They'll airdrop him into a Nazi train containing a horde of soldiers, augmented villains, and a vampire plague that, if released, will create a new generation of vampire terrors. From Kenny Porter and artist Tyrell Cannon. With an A cover from Tyrell Cannon. A B cover by Juan Ferreira. Available on July 8th. Operation Iron Coffin #1. Ooh, hey, look, it's the 35th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. This is a one-shot by Yasmin Omar Atta. Interior art by Tomas Rothlisberger. Sonic, Tails, and Amy are stopping by Angel Island on a sunny day to visit Knuckles when a meteor strikes from the sky and crash lands below them. Oh, and hilarity ensues. It's race against time in this long-anticipated return to the world of classic Sonic, just in time for its 35th anniversary. A cover, Yasmin Omar Atta. B cover, Aaron Hammerstrom. Drops on July 8th with this foil cover for $7.99. Sonic the Hedgehog miniseries 35th anniversary. It's not a miniseries, it's a one-shot. Also debuting from IDW, it's the Rocketeer Infiltrator. It's the height of World War II, and Betty is a Nazi collaborator. What? Or so we're led to believe. As Allied planes mysteriously explode in midair across Europe, rumors of a Nazi super weapon compel the U.S. to send its fastest asset undercover, the Rocketeer. From Gabriel Hardiman, who usually is writer-artist, now just doing the writing and the A cover. We got interiors by Dean Kotz, available on July 8th, with a Dave Stevens cover on B. Dean Kotz, who does interiors, on the C cover. Joe Quinones cover. Very nice. The Rocketeer Infiltrator #1. Okay, a couple more things to show off for IDW this week. They also sub-distribute Alien books. So there's that. We've got a all different Zorro. It's Zorro's Legacy. Completely different than the other miniseries that's dropped already, hitting the shelf. We got this new series from Dan Abnett with art and cover by Aaron Lopresti. Let's see. This follows the adventures of a modern-day descendant of Zorro in Los Angeles. What would you do if you found out that your family's legacy is tied to one of the greatest heroes of all time? David De La Vega discovers his connection to the original Zorro and begins a quest to live up to his newly discovered heroic roots. In a world where Zorro's classic whips and swords struggle to measure up against advanced weaponry, can David possibly succeed? Can he possibly succeed as the new Zorro? You'll find out on July 8th from Dan Abnett, Aaron Lopresti on interiors and A cover. Juan Jose Reap on a B cover. Nubovich on C. And a Stuart Moore wraparound cover on D. It's Zorro's Legacy #1, July 8th. And wrapping up IDW in the small press, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue #20, celebrating the 300th legacy issue of this fine series, mutating the comics industry since their first issue debut in 1984. We are proud to celebrate 300 issues of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mainline series. It all began with 4 brothers and their master alone against the world. A lot has changed, but the bond of Clan Hamato is, if anything, stronger than ever. They will need that strength to fight what is coming. A threat unlike anything they have ever faced before threatens to destroy the world of the living and the dead alike. 41 years and 300 issues have led to this, one of the biggest TMNT stories yet. The city that never dies begins here. Also in this issue, TMNT creators Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz takes times. They do all kinds of different stuff. Plus we get cool covers like this A cover by Freddie Williams debuting on July 22nd. You can also special order these awesome variants by Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird. A Frank Miller cover. That's insane. And also awesome. We got a J. Scott Campbell cover. Belkis Evely? No. Says Michael Dooney. I don't know. Looks like Belkis Evely. We'll find out. There is a foil sketch variant. Why would they do a foil sketch variant? Very interesting. And a blind bag variant for $6.99. If you want any of these, make sure to get your order in before this Sunday at midnight. By the way, you can also order quantities on this. Let us know if you want to order more than one. Happy to get those in for you. TMNT number 20, the 300th Legacy issue, drops on July 22nd from IDW. And that wraps up our focus on the small press. Let's move right on over into Last Call for Image Comics. And the first thing from Image Comics is the return of Assorted Crisis Events. This is issue number 9 from the award-winning team of Dennis Camp and Eric Zawadzki, who did this A cover. There's also a B cover from the Invincible Team-Up theme, also by Eric Zawadzki. It's Assorted Crisis Events number 9, drops on June 24th. Okay, a bunch of next issues from Image Comics this week. We've got Corpse Night number 3. This has been a fun series so far. Ooh, pardon me. It's Death Fight Forever number 5 of 5 from Andrew McLean, who did this A cover. We get new printings from Dork. This is number 1 6th print, number 2 4th print, and number 3 3rd print. Number 3 3rd print. Next issue of Escape number 8 from Rick Remender, Daniel Acuna. And Feral number 24. Final Boss number 7. And Fireborn number 3 with this cover B with a tribute to the Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 cover. G.I. Joe Real American Hero Hama Files edition number 31. Michael Golden and David Mazzucchelli on interiors. Or just cover. Then we got Hornsby and Halo number 14, continuing the Who Are the Unbelievables with part 2 of 4. Then we got Ice Cream Man number 46. It's been a little while since the previous issue. This has got a B cover by Junie Ba. In Your Skin continues with number 3 on June 24th. And Invincible's Universe Capes number 8, continuing with all new material, and a short story by Kirkman and Walker for Elemental. Lost Fantasy number 11, part 3 of Fall of the Hunters. And Malevolent number 5, Hungry. Narco number 4 with this Alfred Hitchcock homage. And we get a second printing of the Earth number 1, the first of a 6-issue miniseries from Chris Condon and Charlie Adlard. Red Roots from Lorenzo Di Felici, June 24th. Ooh, hey look, Savage Dragon is back with number 280, a very mature comic. Glad to see everybody's got clothes on the cover. Oh, hey, look, it's King Spawn number 56, available on June 24th. And number 57, I guess, also on... Oh, that's July 22nd. I don't know. I think this is a screw up there. You can order it. We'll eventually get it. Next new issue of Spawn Scorch number 52. And Spawn, The Curse of Shirley Johnson continues with number 6. I think this has been subscription only. If you're interested, make sure to get your special order in. Well, we get the second of 2 issues reprinting the Black Lagoon. The creature from the Black Lagoon lives in black and white. Viking Moon number 4 of 5 with the penultimate issue. And White Sky number 4, William Harms, J.P. Mavinga. And the debut series, Eye Collector, on FOC this week from Image Comics. This is a confusing one. The Eye Collector, the startling first issue of the strangest series on the stands. An ancient being has its curiosity towards Earth reignited when the humans of the Apollo 10 mission make wishes over the moon. What is this spectral creature, and what does it want with our world? Seeing is believing. It's Eye Collector number 1, multiple covers, all from writer-artist GMB Chomichuk. I don't know. It's Eye Collector number 1. It gets my attention for being the most startling first issue of the strangest series on the stands. Eye Collector number 1 ships on June 24th with all covers by JB Chomichuk. Got a B cover, got a C cover, and a D cover. Drops on June 24th. And that's it for Image Comics this week on Final Order. Next up, let's move right into Last Call for DC Comics. Got a lot to cover there. And the first thing to cover is Absolute Batman number 15th gets a 4th printing. This is the shocking origin of the Joker. The Absolute Joker is reprinted in this 4th printing. This is the cardstock foil variant by Gabriel Dall'Otto, and it's a nightmare. Drops on June 24th. Absolute Martian Manhunter number 12. Dennis Camp, Javier Rodriguez, Werther Daldera cover on the cardstock. That is the final issue of that miniseries. Absolute Superman continues with number 20 and this very iconic Juan Ferreira cardstock variant. As you could tell, there's a lot of great covers for these Absolute books. I'm just picking out the winners. Like this one, Absolute Wonder Woman number 21 gets this David Nakayama cardstock variant. And we get a card stock for Detective Comics 1110, Dave Johnson. Oh, we get the final issue of Batman Green Arrow, The Question Arcadia from writer-artist Gabriel Hardiman, who did that A cover. That drops on June 24th. And a second issue for Bizarro Year None, Kevin Smith, Nick Pitara. Ooh, we get a new printing of Flash 31, that first issue of a new era by Ryan North and Gavin Goudry, who did the A cover. And this is the next regular cover, or next regular issue, Flash number 34 by that new team. And a second printing of Fury of Firestorm number 1 of 6, a very popular relaunch from Jeff Lemire and Rafael De La Torre. Available on June 24th is the next new issue of Gotham Academy, the penultimate issue of this first-year miniseries. Green Lantern number 36, Kyle Rayner's on the case and under the knife. Ooh, hey, here's one of the cardstock variants for the next new issue of Harley Quinn number 63, this by the Dodsons. Always beautiful work. Got the final issue of the weekly shipping Justice League Dream Girls miniseries. This is a DC Pride event by all kind of folks with art by Brantenstein, Rosie Camp, and more. Justice League Unlimited number 20, cool Dan Mora cover. Also Dan Mora cover on Superman 39. This is one of my favorite in the brand new Reign of the Superboy stories. Lots of fun fourth wall breaking adventures. We got Superman Father of Tomorrow with its sophomore issue from this 6-issue miniseries. Swamp Thing 1989 gets a second printing with this Vince Locke cover. A beautiful Vince Locke cover. This series has been phenomenal. So cool to have it back on the shelf. And we get the next new issue in this 4-issue miniseries, number 3, on June 24th. Wonder Woman 34, the battle is only beginning. Uh-oh. And Zatanna, number 3, Jamal Campbell, June 24th. One book in Vertigo to FOC this week from Chris Condon, Jacob Phillips, The Peril of Brutal Dark, and Ezra Kane Mystery, number 5. And then we have the starring one-shot on this week's DC FOC. It's the Summer of Supergirl special. The summer belongs to Supergirl. The quiet town of Midvale is shaken to its core when Supergirl finds herself face-to-face with the galactic bounty hunter, Lobo. Can the Maiden of Might stand up to the main man? Plus, 2 bonus stories celebrating Supergirl as she resumes her rightful place as the heir to L, from all kind of great writers like Sophie Campbell, Gail Simone, Mark Waid, art by Belen Ortega, Emma Kubert, Sean Tormey, an A cover from Belen Ortega, available on June 24th. You could special order these beautiful covers by Pablo Villalobos. Tula Lote, Purdy. And Mahmoud Asrar for the Supergirl movie cardstock variant. It's the Summer of Supergirl special one-shot, June 24th from DC Comics. All right, that does it for DC Comics this week. Next up, last call for Marvel Comics. And the first thing on Marvel Comics this week is Wade Wilson, Deadpool number 6. Debuting Bad Pools, I guess. Doctor Strange number 8 from Derek Landy. Beautiful Alex Horley cover. Look how brutal. Fantastic Four number 13, Andrea Sorrentino cover. Huh? All right. Johnny Storm has had some incredibly bad ideas in his time, but every once in a while, he also has an incredibly good idea. Has it got something to do with Ghost Rider? We'll find out from Ryan North. Andrea Sorrentino on interiors and this beautiful A cover, July 1st. Iron Man number 7. After the events of the first arc, Tony Stark has taken on a surprising new role in the Marvel Universe. Joshua Williamson, Carmen Carniero, a cover from Ryan Stegman, July 1st. The Punisher drops on July 1st, also from Ben Percy, Jose Luis Suarez. Oh, I went big just in time to get all that nice ketchup. Ooh, it's Silver Surfer Facsimile Edition number 5. Classic cover from John Buscema. A Stranger. Amazing Spider-Man number 32. Inching further towards Legacy number 1000. It's Vulturely Assured Destruction. Joe Kelly, Patrick Gleason. Ooh, look, we get a third printing of the Marvel DC Spider-Man Superman one-shot with a new Alessandro Cappuccio variant. Alex Ross cover on Mortal Thor number 12. And part of the David Nakayama color block blue variant line for this month, it's X-Men United number 5. Eve L. Ewing, interiors by Eduardo Pansica. All right, debuting from Marvel Comics on FOC this week. Set to drop on July 1st. It's Star Wars Rogue One, Saw Gerrera. Witness the active revolution that was too much for the rebellion. After proving himself in the Clone Wars, Saw Gerrera was a soldier for the cause of freedom and was willing to do anything to secure it, including leading a mission deep into Imperial territory. At stake, information that could provide a tactical advantage that could shift the balance of power in the rebels' favor. What are you peeking at? But this price to be paid for this information, is that too high? From writer Mark Bernardin and interior artist Gabriel Guzman, we got an A cover from David Marquez, dropping on July 1st with these special order covers from Ben Harvey. Gabriel Guzman, nope, that's a photo variant. Yep, it's Star Wars Rogue One, Saw Gerrera number 1. I'm thinking this is a one-shot. Also a one-shot in this summer's What If project. It's What If Secret Wars. What if the Ultimate Universe survived the Secret Wars, huh? Goodbye, Marvel Universe, starring Peter Parker, our beloved friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, as he's forced to survive in a not-so-friendly neighborhood after losing everything. What becomes the original Ultimate Universe in the post-Secret Wars landscape? How did they defeat the Beyonder? And who does Spider-Man become after losing everything? From writer Alex Packnadell and interior artist Cafu, we got an A cover from Lucas Verneck. There's a couple other covers that we're waiting for art for. Got a Brian Hitch cover and a Essid Ribbich cover. What If Secret Wars, one shot. Here's another one-shot in a series of one-shots called Challenges of Doom. This focuses on Dr. Doom's clash with Mr. Fantastic, Al Ewing, Mike Henderson, Fabrizio Di Tommaso on A. A B cover from Alessandro Cappuccio. This bi-monthly series is packed with drama, suspense, and the relentless pursuit of power, with a C cover from Kyle New. It drops on July 1st. From Marvel Comics, Challenges of Doom, Mr. Fantastic. Hey, here's another one-shot. From Marvel Studios, it's Fantastic Four First Foes in the movie universe for Fantastic Four. This one-shot is written by Charles Soule and features art by Mark Buckingham. I think that team has generally been doing these one-shots. And this one features the origins of Shalabal. Years ago, in order to save her planet, astronomer Shalabal gave up her freedom to become the sustenance-seeking herald of the intergalactic devourer of worlds, Galactus. Now, for the first time, learn the secrets of her transformation, her journey, and the horrifying decisions that she had to make. With an A cover from Phil Noto, Mark Buckingham on B, Mark Aspinall with this cool pointillist looking thing. Fantastic Four First Foes Shalabal drops on July 8th. Get your orders in now. And I think this caps off the last call focused for Marvel Comics this week, and it's a doozy. A walk down memory lane. The Punisher and Spider-Man, two of the most notorious names in New York City, with very different approaches to making the Big Apple safer. Or not, depending on who you ask. Join us now for a trip to the days of the earliest encounters with returning fan favorite writer Dan Abnett and your new favorite artist, Matteo Della Fonte. Brought together by happenstance and forced to stay that way by an ally from Frank Castle's past in need, will the Web-slinger and the Gunslinger be able to begrudgingly set aside their differences before they find themselves at one another's throats? Yeah, we got a cover from Jonas Scharf. A B cover from Dyke Ruan. Whilce Portacio, look at that. Nice. It's Punisher vs. Spider-Man dropping on July 15th from Dan Abnett, Matteo De La Font. Order now. And that does it for Marvel Comics on Last Call this week. Before I let you go, let's do a quick rundown of events. We got a bunch of events happening in and around the store this week. Let's show you those things. First up is our pals over at the Senate Theater are showing a 20th anniversary screening of Jack Black in Nacho Libre this Saturday, May 30th at 3 p.m. Check out more information at senatetheater.com. And then we have the return of our bi-monthly drink and draw held on June 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. at Downey Brewing Company. Pardon me. This is a co-promotion with Downey Brewing Company, Blick Art Materials, and Green Brain Comics. Pencils, markers, paper, and more provided. Check out more information at downeybrewingcompany.com. That weekend, Katie and I will also be at the Ann Arbor Comic Arts Festival that's held at the Ann Arbor Public Library main branch on 343 South 5th Avenue. For more information about the A2CAF Festival, check out aadl.org/A2CAF. A2CAF. And the following Monday is our next monthly Brain Candy, number 79, Monday, June 15th, with music from Jeff Spisak, the poetry of Dom Whitten, the prose of Reynaldo Hinojosa, and the visual art from Dan Kessler. It's Brain Candy number 79, brought to you by the Daniel E. Wickett Legacy Committee and Green Brain Comics. Don't forget to check out our weekly live stream preview of all the new comics from the floor of Green Brain Comics. It's BRAINSCAN, live streamed here on YouTube. Live Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. And thank you so much for joining us on Last Call this week. I'd like to invite you back next Friday for more Last Call for final orders. And before I let you go, I'd like to thank our pals at Klezmageddon for our intro and exit music this week. Remember, folks, all the comics that I showed you on Last Call this weekend, you've got until Sunday at midnight, May 31st, to lock in your pre-orders for these and many, many more. Make sure to send and confirm those items in your Comic Hub cart before the deadline. Thanks for tuning in to the Last Call, the final order report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are right below in the description. We are spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks.
Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is Last Call, the final order report from Green Brain Comics.